Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and I wanted to do a public service announcement type video before the weekly reset comes up. Thanks to daylight savings time changes here in America, some of you guys may have already seen this, the server reset time is now 9 a.m. Pacific, so keep that in mind if it affects you at all. Me, it's going from noon to 11 a.m. Central Time, just because I'm down here in Texas. Wherever you're at, make sure you adjust accordingly if you're one of those who jumps on at reset. Now, one big thing to make note of is hotfix 2.6.1.1 is planned for Thursday, November 7th at the same time. So Thursday, November 7th, likely going to happen at 9 a.m. Pacific. Changes are going to happen when it comes to your Pinnacle drops. Now, these are not powerful rewards. These have no effect when it comes to you go into Gambit and you're like, hey, tier 2 powerful. That is still going to be the same. If you're climbing up to 950, this is not going to affect you at all. This is for those of us crazy people who have gotten to gear score 950, and the artifact bonus is separate, but that white number is 950. Some of you guys, it may be 951. Some of you lucky few, it may be 952. But the Pinnacle gear grind has been ultra slow. First, I'm going to cover why it's slow, and then I'll kind of explain the change that they're going to make. People have different opinions, but I want to cover what's going on. Currently, right now, say if I'm gear score 950, if I get a Pinnacle drop. Now, what are Pinnacle drops? Pinnacle drop's going to be the following. 100k on a Nightfall. If you go to the moon, you've got the raid. That will be Pinnacle gear drops inside there, and then apparently upon completion of the raid, you get one as well. But raid gear is Pinnacle gear. All drops in there will be Pinnacle gear. A Master difficulty Nightmare Hunt. The new dungeon also counts as well. And then to top things up, we've got Crucible. Iron Banner is coming, so you'll have 4 bounties there that are Pinnacle. So, quite a few sources this week if you're trying to raise your power level and work on that 950 to 960 Pinnacle grind. It has been difficult for many of us right now because we either get a lot of energy weapons, can't get a heavy weapon at 951 to save our lives, or you get like 6 helms, 2 gloves, and no primary weapon. There's no RNG protection, that's just how RNG seems to go. The change that is coming on Thursday is going to be that all Pinnacle drops are +2 instead of +1. So basically what this will do is we have 8 slots of gear. If you need to raise that little average number up to 951 to get a higher level, you only need 4 pieces instead of 8. So you won't need a full set anymore. Now people have opinions. I saw some people on Twitter saying, hey, this is going to ruin the grind. People are going to be 960 in no time. This is going to go quick. You just shortened up the grind. All the internet, threw a fit, and now Bungie curved to them. So you have opinions that way. The other side, some people are like, I am forever 950 because of 1 slot, and I can get like 26 Pinnacle drops, and if I'm still 950, this kind of sucks. So there's a balance here. There's kind of an up and a down. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of RNG protection. Like if you get to the point where you have 7 slots and all you need is a heavy, maybe you don't get it on that next drop, but you probably don't need 2 or 3 drops to go by that don't help you increase that 1 level. And then on top of that, +2 may move it a little quickly. I can kind of see how that's going to go as you only need 4 drops. If you get lucky, hey, maybe it might go a little quicker. So if people wanted to extend the grind or maybe something for next season, instead of making it always +2, make it a range from like 1 or 2. Just make it a random roll. Maybe it's a 1 sometimes, maybe it's a 2 another. So it's kind of a bump, and it may not always work, but that +2 every, like half the time maybe, might be enough to kind of slowly shift that thing up, kind of give you that slower grind, but make it attainable. I don't know. I don't know if the math would work on that one, but it just seems like an option to appease those who really want the hardcore grind to still feel hardcore for that last 10 power levels. I still don't know how power leveling is going to work next season. But in turn, also those who want to actually see it as possible, because many people, with the number of drops that we have and the number of weeks left in the season, getting to 960 for gear score was almost impossible, if not completely impossible. So, for those of you out there working on this level of a grind, please, please, please remember, if you are going to do anything Pinnacle related, 100k Nightfall, any of the Iron Banner bounties, which you can complete but do not click on to complete them, so that way you save your gear drop until later, the dungeon, the raid, the Master Nightmare Hunt, do not do any of those activities, or at least don't finish them. You can go 3/4 of the way through the dungeon on 3 characters and just wait to do the boss at the end. Do not do those until Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, or at least after the hotfix goes live. So patch should happen probably around server reset time. It usually does. But patch 2.6.1.1 is tentatively planned for Thursday. I think I've seen on Twitter that it's pretty much confirmed for Thursday. So please make sure that you watch Twitter, watch here if something changes. I will let you guys know if for some reason it is not. But those Pinnacle level rewards, you do not want to waste a whole week's worth of them, as they are very valuable in the first place. So do not do those Pinnacle rewards until Thursday afternoon, basically, until that patch is done. So I hope this helps you guys out. Hopefully this steers a few of you in the right direction. Iron Banner is coming. Momentum Control is really cool right now. Still got Festival going on. The dungeon launched, and you've got so much to do. So if you are enjoying your grind in Destiny, there is plenty to do in there. Just work on some other things. Just work on all the bounties that you possibly can. Finish out your Pinnacle grinds and things like that. I am working on Randy's throwing knife as much as possible, so I got my scout rifle kills from Momentum Control. Medals are seemingly coming from fusion rifles, and glory will be later. Shout out to my brother, by the way, who blew through this one. He knocked this thing out, which is impressive. So, didn't expect it coming, but he got it done. So that is pretty much all I got for you guys. Hopefully this video is beneficial. Thank you guys for listening. Again, just trying to help those who are working on that Pinnacle grind at least make the most of it. So this week the changes come Thursday. Wait until then for any Pinnacle activities. Other than that, enjoy your gaming, your grinding, and all that you do in this world of Destiny. You guys can find me on Twitch and Twitter. It's Ebontis on both, right here on YouTube. Thank you for all the support. Past 42,000. Keep it going. Also, don't forget Game to Give, the iPads for Kids program through the Bungie Foundation. That link below is in the description as well. Thank you very much. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.